Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Creed 2. Creed 2.
Here's your dessert, everyone.
Oh, man. Um, at part two of Creed Expectations. We're still rolling with it. Okay, cool.
Well, we can restart if you really want.
No, it's fine. We'll just roll with it.
I
I would
wasn't gonna actually restart anyways. Here, okay, we'll restart. Go ahead.
three, two,
In
one.
three, two, one.
Uh, um, if you have not watched part one, you could do so on Zara's channel and like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And I would say find out why I'm crying from laughing so hard, but I don't think it's there.
Yeah, yeah, it came from between the recordings. Yep.
Ah. Um, so here we are for dessert. We've got viewer question, just one, to
We're,
go
we're
over.
getting we're getting viewer questions. The people are asking. Please ask more questions on either in the comments or on the
Yeah,
Discord server.
on the Discord server, either or. Um, we did have a couple last week, a few last week, so that's all good. And then we have a pack review and a tune review and a roster roast, and it's gonna be a good time. I might cry again by the end of the episode.
We
You
can
might
only
cry.
hope. My eyes might start sweating a little bit. Yeah.
Uh, all right.
Might
Let's do
start
this.
raining.
You might melt. Um,
Stop.
let's do this viewer question. So, Kylo Zen was asking on the Discord server.
Oh man.
He is 10.2 million GP on the way to Leia. So he's got Scout and Drogon left to take to Relic 7. Both of them are already farmed though. Um, Dark Trooper Moff Gideon and Jedi Cal are looming. Doesn't have enough to get Leviathan yet. Needs the relic levels on the requirements, and then taking Sith Assassin to higher relic levels, I'm assuming, for mirror matches. He only needs roughly 39 total relic levels for Lord Vader. So the question is, how should they proceed? Leia for like the new raid and new whatever they're giving her, and then Leviathan, and then Lord Vader. Do they just finish Lord Vader, which would probably take, they're guesstimating 6 weeks or so if they were to hammer it down as quickly as possible.
There's Leia, Leviathan, and Lord Vader.
Is that the order? Because that's the order that I would do it in.
Nah.
Actually, I don't know if I would put Leia first over Leviathan.
I think so. It depends if your guild or like the raid situation is always just so fluid. I feel like that's the big question mark of if your guild is like right on the threshold or would
Mm-hmm.
be on the threshold, like maybe getting Leia would be great for the raid. But
Mm-hmm.
on just a personal level, having Leviathan is gonna make your life a lot easier. If
Well,
there's that's your crystal income.
it is. And I think that's where it totally depends on a personal level where you fall with that need. Um,
Right.
and then also factoring in that, like, if you were looking at Leia just for the raid, a month and a half ago when she dropped versus now, I think that holds different weight because the new raid is looming closer and closer. Like, it theoretically could happen anytime now.
Sure.
Um, which to me kind of adds more weight to the new raid.
A little more urgency for
Yeah.
sure.
That being said, we don't really know anything about it yet, other than that it's, new abilities, etc. So will she be as strongly needed as, say, Jabba is?
Well, yeah, I mean, I keep saying this, and I think the only compelling reason to work on Leia right now is the raid.
Right.
I mean, well, and she's just really strong. Like in all the different game modes, she is going to be really strong. But the only thing that would compel me to as an argument to work on Leia before Jabba
Hmm.
in general would be the raid. And it's just such a they've already put a date on a a timer on it of hey, this is only going to be good for 9 months at most.
Right. So like that's how much your investment is good for, theoretically, before it gets recycled into something else.
Right. So I guess the earlier you can get her, the more reward you're gonna get. The other thing though is your guild ready to also take that step? Or like how if you get Leia and hey, look at that, she's transcended, she's amazing, and you're getting all these crazy scores, and your guild is just sucking at it. I mean, you could use Leia maybe to leverage to get into a better guild, frankly.
That's true.
To be able to get a better raid score. But this is the same thing as Territory War Omicrons. Honestly, this is the thing of, hey, like the Droidica one, is it worth it? People ask just in the vacuum, is it worth it? Uh, yeah, if your whole guild gets it, then sure, it's worth it.
Right.
If you're
If
the only
it's
one, then no, like don't waste your Omicrons because your guild isn't on the same page as you on
right.
that.
Yeah.
I think it's great. But in a group setting, no. Like if they ever redo Territory Wars, which I hope they will,
Hmm.
and make things more on like an individual level, so that you can actually make an impact just on a single level, then my tune will probably change. But right now, like you kind of have to have everyone buy in. Same thing with the raid, and
Yeah, that's
if
a good point.
if your guild is just going to be a 130 or even less than that consistently, and they're really not going to strive for a higher thing, you probably don't need Leia, frankly.
Hmm. And I mean, the other thing too is like Leviathan, yeah, it comes back every month, but it's only there for the one day every month. So if you miss that day, you're having to wait a whole other month to get it. Versus Leia, it if you miss tomorrow, okay, well the event is still there the day after and the day after, and
Right.
like you're able to get it done on your own time. Um,
That's true. Well, I like that if you can get Leviathan unlocked, like that. I guess that's the other piece of it is like a 4 or 5 star Leviathan. Is it going to get you that much? Like it's nice, it's good enough. You really need to be able to get him too. It sounds like this person is a spender. If they've already
mhm,
got Drogon finished, like pretty much, I think a spender, pretty close, or at least someone who hoards crystals. Then
mhm.
you probably can get your Leviathan up. The one thing I do like about unlocking Leviathan early is, on Professor X, I had enough crystals to get Leviathan immediately to 5 stars. And then there's been a couple months where I'm like, okay, I'm saving crystals, saving crystals. Oh, we don't have enough crystals to get much more
Mhm.
because there are other things like at first the first thing I did was get profundity to 7 stars
Right.
and stuff. But the nice thing is, at least every month we get one little micro step closer to 7 stars. Like
Right. That's a good
you,
point.
you make some progress. So even though we've had a couple months of disappointment of like, oh, I didn't have enough crystals this time, damn it.
Hmm.
I'm now 45 or 55 out of 85
Right.
on that farm, and not that it's just kind of a hallmark of it's kind of like a shining beacon of failure in some ways. Like, really, you're that far into it? Like, you had that many fail months, but the reality is, I at least I'm making some progress.
Yeah. I mean, like my account's in the same boat with Leviathan. I don't have it at 7 stars because every time it's come around, not that I haven't had the crystals to do it, I've just chosen to focus putting my crystals elsewhere because I'm in the position with my crystal income that it's not dire for me to get it to 7 stars.
Sure.
So take that for what it's worth. If that's a similar position, then maybe it's worth waiting. Like maybe it's worth getting the unlock ready so that, like you said, you could every month you can get a little bit closer while you continue to work on these other requirements and then finish it after. Or, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna come down to your personal crystal income if it's in a dire need in order to get um Leviathan right away, and where your guild sits with Leia.
Yeah, Leviathan's in this really weird place of, well, if a lot of endgame players would benefit from having Leviathan, but also those same endgame players usually have the scythe unlocked,
Mm-hmm.
and like they can climb with Chimera easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
So like it, if you're in a position where you don't have the scythe and you need, Leviathan would be the only viable way to climb. Of course, now I've heard that there's a really consistent profundity way to climb as well. So, how do you do in fleet? Out of curiosity, if you don't have a 7-star Leviathan, do you try really hard to get top spot in your fleet
No,
day to
I
day?
just try for top 10, which is easy enough to do in my shard.
Yeah, and I don't blame you for that. I mean, that's what my goal is basically for all of my accounts
Yeah.
because
I can
it's
I
just
can get
tough.
to top 10 usually without any issues. And it's very rare that I would fall past 15.
Wow. I just fell to 27 on my main account shard.
Like if I fall into the 20s, I'm like, "Oh, something really weird happened."
It's a 7-year shard. These guys should not be this accurate active.
Active, they should be retired. Um,
More people need to quit on this shard.
but
Damn it all.
like that's why, like, because of my shard being like that, I'm like, I don't really need to worry about this right now.
Yeah, and some people it may just be, hey, if you want to get any crystal income from your fleet, you need a Relic 9 Sith Assassin as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I feel like there's a lot of factors there. I think we're agreed though, Lord Vader is last,
Yeah, he's
sadly.
really good. His hold rate ever since Datacrons came out, like the inconvenient truth for a lot of people who are, calling him Lord Failure and stuff for forever.
Hmm.
The thing that people aren't noticing is ever since Datacrons came out, Lord Vader has had one of the highest hold rates out of any team ever, and that's been consistent. It's not just been like, oh yeah, it was good when he had a Datacron. It's like, yeah, he was great then. Of course he was. There was also the dodge thing that was obnoxious, but if you move past that, he just has a crazy high hold rate. He is a very strong character, and yet he is just not. He hasn't quite been priced in for things. There's not much need for him, really. It's
Yeah.
great. He's convenient to have, certainly.
Yeah. He's just, I mean, I hated doing that farm with a passion. I think I
I
hated
know.
that farm more than the Leia farm, and I feel like the Leia farm is worse in terms of relic requirements.
Do you remember when I used your like horrible bad batch to get a win for you in GAC?
I do.
And you were like, "Really?
I was like, that
They
worked.
got a what win?" I was like, "Yeah, bad batch are good." You're like, "Whoa!" It's really funny.
I think it was more that like my bad batch were capable of that.
That's fair. It was just a really funny reaction. You're like, "Really?" That
It's true. Um, okay. So that's the viewer question. Unless you have anything else to add to it.
no. I mean, I figured we were gonna spend another half an hour on it, but we're good. We're
We're
done.
good. Okay. Do you want to look at the pack?
We can go to the game, sure. Whoa, we're in the game.
We're in the
Madness.
game.
Yeah, okay. 700 crystals.
Yeah, for these lovely special gear packs.
Oh,
I
these used to be good deals.
yeah, I particularly like the Mark III carb pack that is droid colors, so
Right,
I'm
they typoed it, yeah.
yeah. But anyway, so it's 700 crystals and it's a lottery pack. Um
Oh, these are different, actually, than.
it's a
Whoa.
gamble pack.
1% chance for 500.
Yeah. 50% chance for 40. So you have a 50% chance right away for this to be a bad deal. Like a super
Yeah.
like a worse deal
But
than
if you just spent crystals, because,
yeah.
well, for stun guns, they're even cheaper than 1400. They're like 13 something, right?
It's so for stun guns, I double checked. For 650 crystals, you get 50 stun guns in the store.
Okay, all right, sure, sure. So,
So 700 crystals gets you 40, 50% of the time.
and then 50% of the time, you get significantly more. Which
Right.
I'm tempted to think that the math a little offsets the so 50%, yeah, but if you bought two of them or three of them, like the probably it would end up being a slightly better deal. I'm not gonna do the math. So if
I
I'm
mean,
wrong, then I'm sorry, people. But
it,
I the
it
fact that Mark One currency. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yes. No, I was just going to say that.
Yeah, unless you're just okay. So there's no judgment here for people who want to advance their account really quickly. Okay, like faster than the natural, progression of free to play would allow you to. So,
Mhm.
if someone wants to spend money to advance their account more than Mark One currency will allow, then I guess no problem. This might be a decent way to do it. Like, I mean, you have to buy 100 of these packs if you want to spike that really high number. But, yeah, in general, I would say this is a bad pack. Not
Yeah.
worthwhile.
Yeah, because I feel like once you factor in like not even just the Mark One currency, but the dailies where this gear
Yeah,
drops like crazy, and
you
then you
get
have
challenges. Yep.
yeah, and then you've got the Mark One currency where you can buy hundreds of these. Um, it just doesn't feel like it's a good deal. I think it's honestly I straight up think it's a bad deal. If you're in a position where you really, really need them for whatever reason, then I guess you do what you got to do.
I think this could be okay. Honestly, if you for it's a good whale pack.
Yeah.
It's an okay whale pack, I should say.
I think if you get lucky enough and you hit one of the higher end ones, then I mean, you're laughing. So,
And if not, you probably have enough money that you don't care, so you're good.
yeah,
It's
but
not it's not the worst. It's not the worst deal. It's not great.
it's okay. It's fine
As a whale
ish.
pack, it's fine. As a non-whale pack for anyone else looking to
No.
get ahead, then don't. Just mark one currency and call it good. What all packs, what all pieces of gear have this?
Okay, so you have cuffs, guns, the droid collars, or sorry, the carbs, the droid collars are over here.
The gold balls.
The gold balls and the other gold balls.
Well, so if you click on the one that says Carbanti, the Mark III Carbanti,
Hmm. It shows
it does
Carbanti.
show Carbanti. Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yes, and this one shows droid colors, so
I wonder how many pissed off people they've gotten from this. I bet you could.
oh,
I bet you could be disingenuous and buy that pack and then say, "Oh, I didn't realize that blah blah blah." But they give you a refund.
I don't know. You have to deal with EA customer service.
Yeah, you're right. Click on the salvage gold balls if you wouldn't mind, please.
It looks like it's the exact same, like 40 to
Huh.
500 across the board.
Okay. I don't know what the math changes on that. Still not great. So,
Like
yeah.
how much they are in the store.
Yeah, I don't remember what they cost. I'm not being that helpful in this, but that's definitely a bottleneck. What are you doing with
I'm gonna
Snow
go
Trooper?
see. So it's 520 for 40 in the store. So that's an
Yeah, so
even
that's
worse.
even worse. Yeah,
Or no, sorry, it's the same. 650 for 50. So yeah, it's the same idea.
650 for 50.
Yeah.
Okay, but you need 60 of them. Is the thing? Is the difference? You need 60 of them to do
Right.
something with them. So it's worse.
That feels bad.
Yeah. What are you doing with Snowtrooper? Is what I want to know. Can we go back to your Snowtrooper, please?
Do we have to?
Please.
My snowtrooper's just kind of hanging out, you know?
Yeah, sure. What piece does he need?
This one.
Oh yeah, you probably don't want to make your roster better, so that's fine.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm not.
Everything's fine over here.
Congratulations.
Situation normal.
Congratulations, Sarah.
Do you want to do a character review?
As
That's
long as
not
it's
Snowtrooper.
not Snowtrooper.
Ah, man, that's making me sad. All right.
Honestly, I saw your K2 isn't needs the same piece. I'd give K2SO that piece instead.
I probably would do that too. I gotta
He's,
work on my Phoenix, okay?
ooh, how are your Phoenix? And also, why does Zeb look so awful?
You think he looks bad?
I I don't hate this. I mean,
Uh-huh.
he's still not great, but the other one, you can't even tell what you're looking at, in my opinion.
You can't tell that it's Zeb.
You know what it looks like to me is it looks like a someone that's like put their shirt up
Mm.
over their like that's what it looks instead of it being it like I you can't tell what's going on there. I can see his eyes and kind
Uh-huh.
of the nose for his bridge, and then what the hell is that weird empty mess underneath that?
Poor Zeb. He's just trying to hang out
I,
with
I
his
I've
crew.
got I've got nothing against Zeb himself. The character, in game character, I have issues with his art right here, specifically his little thumbnail art.
Fair.
It looks real dumb.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's unfair of them to make me suffer through this. Which ones are you gonna give Zetas to?
Which Phoenix members?
Yeah.
You want me to give him Zetas too?
Oh my gosh.
I just spent so many Zetas.
Sarah. Okay, let's let's move right on here, right along.
Oh man. Let's look at R2. He's got
All
his
right.
Zetas.
The OG trash can. Good. So my main account,
Mm-hmm.
which I mean is a top 50 group, so a bunch of rough people. So every single person I faced had a Leia team
Mm-hmm.
on defense with Leia and Drogon and R2D2
Mm-hmm.
all at Relic 9.
That's obscene.
Yeah, all three of them last week.
No,
Every
thank
single
you.
one. Yeah.
Just no.
But I see your R2D2 just doesn't quite do the same stuff. So, okay. my,
Thank
my,
you.
my R2D2 on my main account is still Relic 8, to be clear.
Oh man.
All of my opponents probably thought, like, who is this filthy peasant I'm facing?
This scrub.
Yeah. This
Ugh.
filthy casual. All right, what do you like about R2D2? What's good about him?
Ooh. I like his stun. I really like his smoke screen just because I like being able to direct where the traffic is going, so to speak. Um,
Yeah, everyone's got stealth.
right?
It's a tough thing to give to just random characters. There's
Right.
not really that many people who can assign stealth to an entire team.
Hmm. It's good. And then he's got his stat sharing, which is fun.
Sure.
There's a whole bunch of goodness in here. Burning.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good if you're facing witches.
It's good if you're facing witches.
She's a witch.
Ah,
Burn her. um.
tis the season,
Oh yeah. This is the season for sure.
right?
Yeah. Though Harry Potter says that there were several witches who enjoyed being burned, so that then they just like cast a spell and disappear in the middle of being burned. I think Harry Potter was full of crap, but you know,
Poor, poor Harry.
yeah,
Poor Harry. Um, Oh, I did not realize actually that his smoke screen also had him gain turn meter. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, it's kind of it's all right. I think the thing that I don't like about him gaining turn meter is he falls out of stealth quicker for doing that,
Yeah,
unless
that's
you're
a good
targeting
point.
himself.
Hmm.
I've always seen that as like it's fine, but also maybe not the greatest depending on the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got two Zetas. One of them is his whole team, or anyone who's light side on his team. If
Hmm.
they do a crit, they dispel all debuffs on themselves.
Yeah, which I believe is this one, right? Yeah.
Yep. The other one is if it's a stat share.
Yeah.
Which
His
one? Which of these two? I mean, it looks like you have both applied, but
I
if
do.
you had to advise someone right now, like, okay,
Oof.
I realize you have a huge Zeta crunch ahead of you. Which one is vital? Which ones can be? Which one could maybe wait? Which one could just wait indefinitely, if any? Out of curiosity, how would you rate them? These are the questions that I've had to ask myself a lot lately because I've been making a lot
Hmm.
of content involving Zeta ranking.
Um, I think I would do his stat sharing.
Okay.
Actually, this number crunch zeta is just for the revive part, right?
At the start of battle, no, it's so when he's revived. So basically, just at any
Ah,
point that
right.
he's alive, then everyone gets 10% of his stats.
Mm, I think I would do the stat sharing.
What's your R2D2's offense? Just out of curiosity, I don't even know. Does he
I
do
don't
special
even know.
damage?
I think he just does regular damage. Yeah, physical damage.
Okay. I mean, I guess if he's
Oh,
stat
he does do
sharing.
physical and special.
Oh, hey, we were talking about that last episode,
We
actually, weren't we?
were.
Yeah. All right.
Um,
Found another one.
it's not crazy.
So
It,
10% of that, you're handing people 600 extra offense. I mean, it's not terrible. Or if they're special offense, then you're handing them 1,000 extra offense. It's not bad.
it's not awful.
No,
Um,
I think it's fine. It's
yeah,
not like Kuil level. Kuil hands out 40% to people.
right.
But
So you would do the dispel.
I would just kind of not do either if you're really crunched for him.
Huh. Poor number crunch.
If you're really crunched, then
Huh.
don't further. I would say these days probably the number crunch is going to be a better one though.
I feel like it also depends on what team you're building,
Sure.
right? Like if you're putting him with Leia versus Rebels versus Resistance, etc., etc.
Yeah, the only real acceptable team that I think he should go on besides a Leia team, which obviously they kind of just wanted him. Like he just doesn't have a place in the game. I'd say like Resistance has a little bit of a place for him.
I use him regularly with JTR.
Sure,
I
that's
mean,
fair.
now I don't think I will now. But before Leia, I used him regularly with JTR.
The one thing I do like about him, I use him with Gidme
Okay.
because he's a special, or sorry, he's a support, and
Hmm.
he's Galactic Republic. So you get all the stacks of courage, and the thing that you really want to avoid, like the thing that's scary, is there's two things on that team that scare that team. Well, there's a few, but if you target the right team, one of them is if they have a lot of protection up, you want to be able to get rid of that. And so Shock T is great for that because she dispels before she does her damage. Or if they have foresight, then you can't hit them and actually do the extra damage. So R2D2 is great for that because his burning doesn't miss.
Okay.
So Padme's basic doesn't miss, and R2D2's burning doesn't miss.
Right.
So between those two, you can kill two characters basically. If you've targeted the right, I mean, obviously the whole way of playing it is a little more complex than I'm presenting it, but
Hmm.
if you've targeted the right people, if you know the right things, like R2D2 can be really big help in that regard.
I could see that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think it just all comes down to where you're using him. But he's fun. Like he's a fun little droid.
I wish. I feel like in to date, like if they re-released him right now, they're like, hey guys, new legendary coming out, R2D2.
Hmm.
I think the thing that's most annoying about him is 80% proc for his stun on his basic.
Yeah, just
Because
make it a
it's,
100.
yeah, I think that they would just make it he stuns on basic.
Yeah.
They should make it that way. They should redo it. But otherwise, it's not a big deal. I just don't like it where sometimes you don't even do a potency check at all. Sometimes it's
Hmm.
like, no, you just didn't roll it. Oh, that was important to you to roll. Oh, we don't care.
Yeah. So, which is annoying because like when I've been using him with JTR, he is there for me primarily for control.
Yeah, he's good
Like
for control.
I want to stun, I want to put my team into stealth and direct where the enemy is going.
So, I mean, huge knock on wood, of course, but Datacrons, like, CG has not put dodge in the game on Datacrons since set 4. We're now on set 11, so really huge hope that CG listened to the player base and realized dodge was a really poor choice.
Mhm.
However, if they ever do add that, or if I mean, there is still evasion in the game. There's still all that stuff. Just keep in mind that setting people on fire with his setting on fire ability, his improvise
Just
ability,
improvise.
is really nice because it increases your accuracy on those characters.
Hmm. That is that is nice.
Burn it. I don't know where it says for burning, but if someone's burning, then you can actually you
You,
do
you do more damage with his basic.
well, you do more damage, but it also makes your guys more accurate
Oh, it's
against
like
it.
it's probably like the debuff explanation thing somewhere.
Right, somewhere it's defined. It's
Yeah,
not on his kit or
yeah,
something. But yeah.
exactly. Um, cool. Anything else on R2 that you love or hate?
No, I think it's interesting. They when they released him, they were like, "No, this is just the R2D2 that spans all the different movies," and I think I'm content with that. I don't feel like I need another R2D2.
I don't think I need another R2D2 either.
Out of
I don't know what
curiosity,
else you would make him do.
what are you doing with his mods?
I don't remember what I had modded him for specifically.
Crit damage. Ooh, spicy.
Health.
So if you want him with resistance with Ray, you probably want crit chance actually.
Yes, I think I did actually have a crit chance set on him a while ago, and then I did a remod and I pulled it away, and I don't remember why.
Yeah, you don't have to put great mods on him. Though now he's with LEIA, that might be pretty good.
I think I was just trying to make him beefy. I can't remember what I was trying to do.
You're good. I was just curious.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Leia. He might get. I need to do a full roster remod, and it sounds terrifying.
I have never in my life done that.
It's terrifying. Do not
Yeah,
recommend.
I agree. It's terrifying. That's why I never do it.
Do you want to roast a roster?
Sure.
Sure. We got time.
Yeah, we've only spent 34 minutes out of our allotted 30.
Exactly. Think this one will be interesting. So I went back to our queue, our list.
Are they still playing the game? It's been like a year and a half or something.
Yeah, they're still playing. This one
Oh, good.
Um, so I would just like to say that they submitted this, and at the time, this was back in November. That's how far back our queue goes. Um,
Okay.
they said at the time, finishing up Star Killer, working on C, and they will have Cam finished and Relic in the next month. And I would just like to point out, I just briefly glanced at it based off that statement, and it's two truths and a lie. So, without seeing,
Oh yeah, they're in Chromium 4.
where do you think the lie is out of that statement, though?
Tell me again. What was
Finishing
the
up
thing?
Star Killer, working on C, and they will have Cam finished and at Relics.
Um. Oh, jeez. Kiedi Mundi.
Okay. Keep that, remember that when we go look at the roster.
I feel like you're cheating.
I'm not cheating. I
You
can't
like
cheat at
you.
everything. Only some things, I guess.
At least you've admitted it.
Ah, man. Okay. So
Jeez. Okay, so they have
everything's fine.
profanity. They have profanity. They have executor, and
Oh dear.
all right.
Okay. Okay. So we're missing Finalizer and Radis.
Yeah. Okay, so someone didn't buy the packs. That's fine. You don't have to buy the
Okay.
packs.
This is a sad special
Oh,
Fortis tie.
one
Not
star.
like is I didn't even know that was possible. Like I guess it's possible, but I did not know that it was possible.
No, a lot of things only unlock at 2 stars. That is impressive. And
Man,
how that's such a feudal TIE fighter, such a sad little guy.
this is
And
just
then they, for some reason, they have a 7 star First Order Special Forces TIE pilot. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like which one? You hate First Order? Great, that's fine. You can hate
man.
First Order. I mean, I think it's pretty stupid, but if you want to hate it, that's fine, I guess. But then why bother farming the Special Forces one?
I just don't
The
get it.
First Order TIE pilot, isn't that one something you can buy in the War Store or something? I know for sure the Galactic War Store,
Is it?
the Resistance X-Wing is for sure one that you could. I mean, they are only in Chromium 4. Like, they're about to fall into Bronzium, which is just
Oh,
pretty sad. For having all 3 of the good fleets, this is a pretty pathetic showing for this
and
person.
it's I forgot to point out it's 8.2 million GP,
Oh my.
which you can see at the top right. Oh, and Thai Silencer's farm. This is just weird. I mean, I guess it's nice that his pilotless ships are
It's not nice. I don't
okay.
care.
So angry. Uh, okay. I mean, the rest of it is what I expect, I guess, except the 6-star shuttle. Why do you have a 6-star shuttle?
That's a stupid thing. It's tough to farm, man, to keep straight on farming. But, I mean, oh, they didn't get Sith Eternal, did they?
I guess not.
All right. Well, surprise, spoiled. I like
Well,
I like that they had to get Red Trooper geared up to get Leviathan done. That gives me a little joy.
for the first
Like,
order fleet.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah, good deal.
man.
All right,
All
so
right.
they're bad at fleets. Got it.
Let's look at
Noted.
Datacrons real quick. Okay. That's that.
That is that.
So, no Sith Eternal.
Okay, they have 3 Galactic Legends, the 2 Jedi, and Jabba. The 3 J's.
The 3 J's. There's more J's, I'm sure.
The Triple J Galactic Legend lineup. Honestly, that's exactly what Professor X was until I bought those packs.
Um, okay, let's do sorting by speed before I forget.
I hate this so much.
I know. I know. Oh,
Oh
okay.
gosh, why is your chrysanthemum faster than Darth Revan? Oh my balls, this is horrible.
This is interesting.
Why are you doing the okay, so
It's a big gap between Bosk and Grief. Okay.
it's funny how much you notice that and I don't, because that's something I usually really care about a lot, or I have in the past, and I just
Hmm.
never noticed that on these.
Well, I just like I don't know why. I do know why. I like to look for it because then I can figure out if they've figured out the clocking or not.
No, you're right. They should be right next to each other typically. That's the most efficient grouping. I agree.
Um,
Why is Chrysanthemum so fast? Like, it, I'm just so tempted to say that his mods are unilaterally bad, and that it's just gonna. You know what? Last time I would have been better suited by choosing someone. Not you choose first. You had to
okay.
choose. You made me choose first last time.
I'm gonna say
You win at this way more than me somehow. It's impressive.
I'm gonna say shock.
Okay, I'm gonna say Rex.
All right, let's look at Rex.
I think you cheated, by the way.
I never ever look at the character speeds. 304.
Oof. All right, that's kind of close. Make you sweat a little bit.
Yeah. Yikes. Yikes. 300.
What was it? 300 exact. You did cheat. You cheating bastard.
Not, I swear. I
Yeah,
swear I
yeah,
did not
sure.
look.
You're,
Let me see what Grand Inquisitor is because
you're
I'm
such a
curious if there's
cheater
a
face.
tie. 299.
You're such a cheater
I
face.
cannot. I realize this looks really bad.
You're just like, oh, you're gonna make me pick first? I guess I win.
But like, why would I do that? It makes no sense.
So that you win.
No.
You know
That
beforehand. I have no clue.
I originally was gonna say Hermit Yoda, but I did not want to be that person.
Like me.
I didn't say that.
Though I will say that we both did not give them very much credit at all. Like
No.
this is so few characters at 300 speed. It's
Mhm.
very sad.
More mods, more slicing.
Do better at life, please.
All right, let's go back to this view. So where do you want to go? Where do you want to see? Let's go look at Sith because I'm curious how far he did get into the sea farm before
Well,
he quit.
thank you though for asking me what I wanted to do before deciding to take over and going where we wanted to. That's appreciated.
You can tell me where you want to go after. Okay.
So so this person a year later has not really gotten that close.
No. No. It's a little sad. I'm curious, like, what happened between, I guess, November. It would have been Grand Inquisitor event. It would have been, could have pivoted to Jabba.
Hey, look, they're you. Look at their Treya, Nihilus, and Scion.
Hey, my Treya is Relic 3 now.
What about Nihilus?
My Treya is Relic 3 now.
Oh, okay. Good for you, I guess. Sheesh.
Um, where do you want to go? I'll actually listen to you now.
You're like, I won't necessarily go where you want to go, but I
I'll
will
listen.
listen to you.
I'll take it into consideration.
Let's look at their empire for
All
some
right.
reason.
Oh, he's got Riva.
Someone got Reva for him.
Well, he's got his Inquisitors. So he probably veered to Inquisitors, probably veered Jabba, and then I don't know where.
Trying to squint here at these Inquisitors. I guess there's a lot of sevens here.
There are a lot of sevens. He's got them all
He
at
must have.
7, except for second. Second's at 5.
I
He must
just
have done.
don't get it. Is this guy is just like someone who doesn't like? He's like, oh, you know what? I'll begrudgingly work on this, but I hate Rose, so there's never a way I'm gonna get Ray, because I'm not gonna farm Rose. Is this the same thing? Like, oh yeah, I'll get third sister, but I'm not gonna actually use her because she's annoying in the show.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he gave her Zetas. Did you just run out of gear?
I don't know.
In which
Probably.
case, I feel like, okay,
You need an Omicron on there too.
characters that are unlocked through things like raids and territory battles and stuff like that, like it's pretty easy to figure out when you're gonna get them 7-star and just do the math. And
Yeah,
I know not everyone enjoys math as much as I do. Um, but you can hoard the
so
gear,
I think everyone likes math more than you.
right? And you
Yeah,
can, get the gear hoarded and ready to go and drop it because she's good. And I mean, you've got this is
yeah,
the thing too, is like you need her team to unlock her. So, and you have to build it up. So like her team's already built. You might as well just
yeah. Do you
build
just
her.
get a relic 7 as well with everyone else? Yeah, like you've already put a crazy amount of investment in.
Right.
Well, out of curiosity, what's the Omicron on Grand Inquisitor? I mean, I have the leadership one on my main account, and I regret that all the time. But
It
yeah,
is the leader.
yeah. So that's not a knock on them.
Hmm.
Sometimes I feel a little reluctant at times. I'm like, I would prefer to just be able to use this Omicron. Like in some ways, it'd be easier if Reva
Right.
wasn't around, so then I could just use it.
Right.
So
Sad. I
yeah,
think I have his. Do I have his leadership? I don't remember.
let's look at that next week. We need to.
Yeah.
People in comments are like, I feel like it's actually kind of a roster roast for Sarah every episode too. I feel a little
We're
bit bad.
sharesing. Um,
All right,
okay. We're pick another faction and then we can
and then you can choose a different one.
and then I'll do our reverse lookup for to make you really sad.
The one oh, let's look at Jedi. Do they have Kiadi is he done? Oh, you already cheated and looked. He is, right? Yeah.
Kiadi is done.
All right.
And we've got, yeah, Jedi Master.
What Jedi aren't
Um,
done?
actually, sorry, I just wanted to look. So no Jedi Cal,
Oh, and that's fine.
which is fine. He's only come around once so far. I'm curious though if he's gonna get Jedi Cal.
Can we ever look at the thing I asked you to look at though?
What did you ask me to look at?
I just want to see the ones that are like not done. So
Like
like
you want me
scroll down. We see 3 of them. We see 3 rows. What are these lower rows? Yeah.
these ones?
Okay, so no Juhani, so not helping your guild. And these are all pretty excusable. That's fine. All right. I
Okay.
mean, you don't have a good Phoenix, I guess, but
Yeah. Let me just see.
I'm
Let
sorry.
me just see if we're getting. Okay, so we're not getting Jedi Cal.
Why would we?
Cool.
That would require good decision making.
So if you veered theoretically to Jabba and to Grand Inquisitor after November of last year, I mean,
For the love of donuts, please gear up your Vandor. Like star him up, farm him. He's so good.
he is good.
What does he have? Dash? Can you go to Smuggler real quick? It's right above Wookiee. Yeah, he has 7 relics.
Yes.
Oh, he has to have him because of his ships.
Right,
Oh,
and he has
okay.
Star Killer.
All right, put me out of my misery. I'm sick of this. I hate this so much right now.
Here.
I reached the point of this where I'm just like I can't handle anymore.
Ah, Cal.
Can't.
Ah, Embo, you have Jabba. Oh no.
That's the thing you're shocked about. Oh, he's got a 2-star rose though. He even put some gear on her. Woo! Gear 60.
The
Or level
Embo.
60.
The Embo hurts.
Fulcrum, Princess, Pink, so whatever her name is. Seer is not farmed
Here.
whatsoever.
Ooh, bad. There's Tech.
The Bad Batch are legitimately bad here.
Uh I'm curious, like I'm trying to figure out what the next goal is. I was thinking maybe it was Jedi Cal, but it's not. It's not Leia.
Nope.
It's not Lord Vader.
It's just to
It's
be as
not
incompetent as
Resistance. It's
possible.
not First Order.
It's Riva. They're working on Riva, we'll say.
Okay, I guess.
Certainly not Resistance. Can't spend $10 to make your roster better. It's fine. I don't actually hate people for not spending money on it. It just makes, to me, I don't know. The angle I see the game at is always just like, well, you can spend a little bit. That's permissible, but
Hmm. All right.
Mandalorians. Can we
I
just? I'm just hanging it up.
I
We're
just
done.
got curious. Okay. Goodbye.
See you next week.